Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys are having a good week. I know I'm a day late doing my midweek swing trading update. I plan on doing it on Wednesdays, but yesterday I just had a lot going on. Well, this week I have a lot going on, but gonna get that done today. And and this is the perfect time, really, to start implementing the new swing stuff because the 2 weeks leading up to earning season, or like the earning reporting each quarter, is really dead because you don't have a lot of stocks reporting earnings, and the ones that do practically trade on no volume. They're very few are tradable. So this was the best time for me to be focused on that. And I'm probably just going to chill with day trading until earnings kicks off next week. Because unless I have something with a good catalyst, I'm just not going to trade it. I'm forcing stuff in the morning and then doing things in the afternoon that I can't really teach you guys yet because you're not at that level. The ones that are, I've already taught, and they're doing it, but that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be okay. Um, the openings, my basic strategies aren't working right now, so I have to dig to make money at the end of the day. That's not what it's about. So, but we'll talk about day trading and all that stuff. We'll pick that up and close out the week tomorrow. But I want to get this swing stuff in right now. If we look at the market, we broke out of that channel that we had been in all last week. We kind of broke out of it, and today was a really nice gap up day, and it held its gap. Oftentimes you see the market gap up and it can't hold a gap and it won't build off of it. Well, it did today. And it's really, it didn't really give us some really good day trading at the open was still a little crazy. There were a couple of stocks that did okay, but for the most part, we got a lot of sideways action today, and then we got some moves up, some moves down. But as far as the overall market, the SPY really looks good, and we use the SPY as a proxy for the S&P 500 because I can relate more to a $300 price tag versus a $3,000 price tag. So, the SPY is just kind of our proxy for the S&P 500. It's what I follow every day. And, here after market, I think we've gained probably 1.5 points since the close. So it's still pushing up here after market. And I'm looking for a strong Friday. I'm looking for a strong finish. Now, if we gap up tomorrow like we did today, then I would be concerned about holding that gap. But right now, everything looks pretty good. We're above all the moving averages. We pretty much took out that level that we were looking at. I thought we were going to test. We practically took it out, but we did take it out and held above it. So I'm looking for tomorrow to end the week strong, which will be good for our swings. So this was the first full week that we started the new swing service, sending out tweets like this at the beginning of the week. Okay, we had the swing session on Sunday where you hear me talk about all these things, and I go through and you see why I picked the stocks I picked on and put them on our watch list. We discuss all of that. We talk about the market conditions, what I'm looking for the week, some things to look out for. We talk about, that's what the Sunday session is for. And those that can't make it, because a lot of people can't make it on Sunday morning, it is recorded, it's put on the website. Everybody can see that. And then I send out the newsletter which has pretty much a synopsis of what we covered in the session, and the watch list. I send out the charts of the watch list. And then this tweet, it's either going to go out Sunday night or Monday morning. And I'm trying to get these out on Sunday, so you're able to, have adequate time to be prepared. And what I'm giving you is my trading plan. You could build your own trading plan, but I'm giving you my own trading plan. So on FSLR, the setup we scanned for was a 20 moving average crossover. And if you don't know the strategies, go to the classes. They're free. You don't have to pay a dime. Go to the classes, watch them over and over again, and send me emails if you have any questions. Or if you need further guidance and your membership has mentoring, that's what we use the time for. We can work on it one-on-one. But I give you the setup, the entry trigger, and if you know the setup, you know what the entry trigger is. But I'm going to give you the price that I'm looking at getting it over. And in this case, over 69.50 and the 50 SMA, which is this level right here. And I give you my profit targets, 75, 78, and then 81.85, which was around the 52-week high. On a 20 EMA cross, the 52-week high is typically the final target. So that's what those are. And then my stop trigger, if we lose the 5-day moving average, which is this purple line, then we stop out. And it's just as simple as that. Now, when we start getting the earnings swings coming up, obviously this is going to be a little bit more detailed. But for the basic strategies that we're learning, this is all you need. This is all you really need to look at taking a trade. And you don't have to wait on me. You can pick the trades that you want. Now, obviously, I can't trade all of these. I just pick the ones that may be setting up the best, or I feel it's the best, and I get in them, and then I send those tweets out, my entry and everything. But you got the trade plan right there. So you don't have to worry about where my stop is or where my profit targets are. You already know. So FSLR, I didn't trade this one, but look at what it did. See what you get in. You got in on the you got the entries over 69.50. You hit 75. You hit 78. And man, we came, I think the high today was 81, or the high this day was like 81.40 something, 81.20 something. I can't remember. But we came close to getting that 81.85. So we had a pullback day today, which is odd considering the market was strong, but or it might have recovered. I don't know. I took this snapshot earlier. But you can see this one, we would have hit a couple of targets on this. So FSLR worked out pretty good. CAT, this is another 20 moving average crossover setup. The entry trigger over 150, profit target 156.25, 52-week high, which is up here. That was a target. I mean the next targets, 156.25, and then the 52-week high, which would have been pretty much right at the ascending resistance. Stop trigger again, loss of the 5, and we actually traded this, and you can see we're almost up to testing this ascending resistance, which should put us at the 52-week high. And I think this has changed a little bit. This has gone up a little bit, but my target is a little bit higher now. I might change that because I plan on being all cash at the close tomorrow, meaning I'm going to close out all of my swings. I don't like what's going on right now. I think some serious stuff can happen over the weekend. I don't run a risk my short-term swing account. I'm going to, close out everything. Hopefully it'll all still be green and we can walk away and just wait and load up again next week. But CAT is working out good. Here's where we entered, and you can see we did have a pullback day the first day. Tried to close the gap, but just couldn't. And we pushed up since. All right, CHWY. This one took forever to set up. I actually got in this today. We entered this today. Entry trigger over 57.05. Profit targets first 65, 25, 70, 75. This may be a 2-week hold because of how slow it's moving. Typically, I like to hold for a week. But again, this came out. This is what I tweeted out on Monday morning. But it took all the way to today. And you can see this is where we were today. And we got in it. And I'm looking for it to push over 60. 60 is going to be a pretty rough target. You can see I didn't draw the trend line here, but we get over 60. I'm hoping we gap over it tomorrow and just build off of that. But this was the slowest one and the last one to set up. But again, I don't plan on holding this over the weekend. But this is the only one that I would hold over the weekend if I got the right signal. This is in my TD Ameritrade account. This isn't in my regular swing account. So, but everything in my regular swing that I've been in for several days to this will be the second week, all that's coming off tomorrow. But again, you got what I'm looking for. 65, 25 first target, then 70, and then 75. All right, CMI, I didn't take this, but had everything laid out. Another 20 moving average crossover that we found on our scans. And look at what it did. Triggered Monday. There's Tuesday, a kind of hiccup day. Thursday, a gap up. Today, it's kind of inside again. We would have hit the target. The target was 220, and we would have hit the target. Now, a lot of you guys, if you can trade it with enough size, we'll take 2/3 off. And you'll see me take 2/3 off at the first target and then trade it up. You'll see me do that. But if you don't, and you just want to take the first targets, which I recommend traders do when they're first learning how to swing trade, so you're not stressing yourself out that much. Take the first target and go with it. But I only had one target on this because I expected it to pull back and then give us another entry for a 52-week high trade, and we could run back up and retest this ascending resistance. So this is still in play probably next week for a 52-week high trade. So we'll keep an eye on this. DE, this is, I think, the worst one of the bunch, I believe. You see we laid out, the entry trigger was over 226.55. Then we had the targets laid out. No, this is the one that did do pretty good. Let me see. Hold on. Yep. This one did trigger. It was just kind of weak getting started. But today you would have hit the first target, and I expect tomorrow we hit the second. But this isn't, again, I can't take all of them, but there were traders in the community that took all of the ones that worked. They did take some. So we're spread out. Not everybody's copying me, which is good. That's exactly what I want. LEN, this one, this is the one that did a head fake. This was a 52-week high break. And what happened with it is it sold off. It triggered, this is Monday. It triggered on Monday, pushed up, and then it just came back in. It's trying to get back over it again. This is probably going to be a good setup now that we pull back. Most of the time what we like is when the stock hits 52-week high, we like for it to pull back 5 or 6 days, and then we catch it on the next break. Because what happens when stocks make their 52-week high, you have people selling. Some people are buying, you have some people selling because the 52-week high was their target. People like me who could have gotten in on the 20 cross down here would be selling when we break the 52-week high. And that could have triggered some selling there, and that's what gave us the pullback. But this can still be in play next week. We'll see Sunday if it's on the scan. I like the setup. I like the room that it has that it can run. So we'll keep an eye on that. DDOG, this was another one, 52-week high. This one didn't do very well. As you can see, it didn't really get anywhere. It's really volatile. This thing had $5, $6 days, swing days, but you can't swing that. It was all intraday. So this one, didn't do very well. This is the big miss of the week. The big miss of the week. And the only reason I didn't swing trade this was because I knew I was going to day trade it some this week. And I don't like to swing trade and day trade the same stock. But I didn't do a damn thing on this day trading. And look at the move it made. Look at the move. We're almost, I don't even know, did it hit? Yeah, it hit our 225 final target today. I mean, look at the move, 25 points. Bought it over 200. No, right at 200, you could have bought 25 points in 1 week. This was the big miss for me. And this is what pissed me off. I shouldn't even been thinking about day trading these couple of weeks. The focus should have been on nailing the swing moves and then getting ready for earnings season and getting some of these big day trades. But, I can't blame anybody but myself. That was my mess up. But there were several that took this from on the watch list on Sunday, and they made a killing. Well, only one person that I know of took the whole move. Everybody else got out earlier. But, they got happy, and that's what happens sometimes. You get happy. You get 10 points, and you think it's not going higher, and you get a day that gaps up like this. I mean, beautiful. SQ, this is the one that was left over from last week. I was already in this trade on another setup, but it also was setting up for the 52-week high break, 52-week high strategy. And the entry trigger was over 169.65. And look at SQ. We would have hit the first target already. The 180 was my final target on the trade that I did take. And then 190 would have been the next target. If it wasn't Friday tomorrow, I would definitely get back in this for the move up to 200. Stopping at 190 and then getting to 200. I do believe this can get there. Now, if we have a slow day tomorrow, then I'm going to be all over this next week, because this, I really believe this can get to 200. They had some news come out today dealing with some Bitcoin. Somebody tying it to that, but it didn't move that much. But I think this has a really good potential here. So this was a stock I was already in, that actually set up and gave a good move this week. And here was a trade. Like I said, I was already in it here. I got the profit target on Monday, the gap up on Monday. Here's the entry for the 52-week high move. It triggered on Tuesday. No, this is Monday. It triggered on Monday. I'm sorry. This was Friday. I took profit on Friday. It gapped up Monday morning, and it just took out both my profit targets on Monday. But it triggered an entry for the 52-week high break strategy, because it gapped up, and you would still be in it. I mean, I might have if I was still in it, I probably would have taken some profit at 185 on the way to 190. But really solid trade. We made $2,200 on it, but probably could have made a lot more. Probably could have made a lot more. I missed it. I was planning on adding, and I missed the add on this. So I probably could have added Monday, but that just wasn't the plan. So that was that. TWLO, this one, I don't remember if this one triggered or not. But I like this because we were over the ascending resistance. We were over the resistance here, just under 290. Yeah, it did work out. We're almost to the target. Oh, we did hit the target. I'm sorry. We hit the 300 target. It just pulled back to 299. So it hit the target on yesterday. So I don't know if anybody took this. I don't remember anybody reporting it, but this was a good move too. So we had a lot of good moves. On Twitter, fizzled out. I didn't think Twitter would do much, and it kind of rang true. It didn't really do much. Didn't do much at all. So that wasn't a good trade. UPS, this was the trade from last week. This is the one that, these are the trades I'm going over now that were from last week's watch list. So you see UPS, I had an accident here when I was putting the stop in that morning, and I actually took it off, and then I added back because, this was a trade I wanted, and I felt that we were going to get what I wanted out of this. So I ended up taking a $900 some hit on this mistake, but we've made it up and then some. So now we're like $920 to the good. So, I'm happy with this so far. We're looking for, I think 180 was my next goal, but we'll see. And ZEN, we almost hit 110 yesterday. We almost hit 110 today. Just waiting on 110 for the next grab. But this was a solid trade. Came close to getting stopped out here. I mean, really, really close. But it caught hold and it took off. So even if I would have got stopped out, I would have got back in this. It would have given me another entry, at least here. And I would have been back in this. But really nice. I'm looking for a nice payday on this if we can get there. But hopefully, if we get 110 tomorrow, I'm gonna take some there. and then leave the rest on to see if it goes higher that day. But I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be all out ZEN and UPS. I'm gonna be out all of those going into the weekend, and CAT. I'm gonna cut that too. All right, so I believe that wraps it up. If you are a member and you are interested in the swing service, it doesn't cost you a dime. Everything I have, and this is why I made everything this simple, so that I didn't have to worry about who paid for this, who paid for that, who gets access to this, who gets access to that. One price, you get everything. Now, you may not be a swing trader now, but let's say down the road, you're a lifetime member, and a couple years from now, you want to go into swing trading. You don't have to pay anything for it. You're already getting it. So it just makes it simple and less headaches for me, and I can focus more on trading and teaching you guys the things that you need to learn. But if you're not getting it, I did send out the email. It's a 2-step process to sign up to get the email alerts. But you don't need to do anything but just come in chat Sunday morning if you're available, and we have the sessions on Sunday morning, and we go over them. We talk about the swings after we build a day trade watch list and chat in the morning. So you'll get everything. No, you won't get left behind. So, but if you have any questions, just shoot me an email and I'll get back with you. So you guys have a great night, a great rest of the evening, and I will catch you in the morning.